Everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm back from my journeys and I am back with my Lego. And boy, did I miss my Lego table and this very fun online hobby of putting together Lego builds. What you're currently looking at is what looks like a medieval build. I'll show it a little bit to the camera. Look how nice that already starts to look. It just lacks the roof. This is a build that I started about 3 weeks ago, I think, and that I wanted to finish back then and hoped to finish. But then all of a sudden I had to go on this trip, this unexpected trip to Scotland, England, and to Rome and the Vatican. And I just came back from that. And in between there was also the new Star Wars trailer. So I've been kind of busy. But now that I'm back home, and it's a Sunday afternoon, or well, here it's a Sunday evening because I'm in the Netherlands, I figured this may be a good moment to go back online and finish this nice build of what I have baptized the Prancing Pony, because I want to create a Bree, well, a Bree set, not really a Bree set, but I want to create a little Lord of the Rings scene with this. It's all good to see you all back. We've got PLK from Poland. Jackson is there. Arkham is there. David is there. Sum is there. Rodrigo, regular Gus, Chirk. Monique is there. San, Spider Galaxy, that's a great name. Jamie. So anyway, welcome back, and there may be some new visitors as well because of the trailer reaction that I filmed in the Vatican. I've got a new influx of people that have subscribed to the channel, so that's very cool. A couple of thousand. So if they join me right here live or later on when they're rewatching this on YouTube, thanks so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And hopefully you'll enjoy this channel. It is a mix of a lot of things, but everything has to do with stuff that I like to get enthusiastic about, be it Star Wars or science fiction or traveling, or in this case Lego. And I do a lot of Lego building while chatting with people that are watching it. So it's a great kind of relaxed way to hang out, and there's nothing spectacular about it. This is not a Star Wars trailer reaction, but it's fun, and I really like the community, so welcome if you're new. Hey Marcy and Sammy and E Starkey and Kieran is there too. Alrighty. Well, glad you liked the reaction. I mean, it's funny. I'm monitoring the reactions, and some people actually thought that I was completely faking it, and that it was theater. I can guarantee you it was not. I was really that excited, and I was really on St. Peter's Square. That was not a green screen. So I'm just going to put this right here and gather the pieces for the. This is a final step. It will still probably take me about an hour to put this thing together, but I'd like to wrap it up today because, well, I've got some other Lego projects ahead of us, or ahead of me. Those are rather large projects, so I kind of want to empty the slate. But what a trailer that was, don't you agree? It was absolutely glorious. I need... oh, here it is. All right, so this roof needs to rest upon this kind of fragile construction here. But as usual with these builds, it is towards the end that this gets a little bit more sturdy, and it is by first creating all these connections between these loose parts. Hey, that's interesting. Okay. So as I've explained in previous sessions of this build, it's like a mini modular building. So it is, you can pose this set in two ways. Either as a big facade, that's probably how I'm going to use it in my little Lord of the Rings scene. So it would be like this. But there's also a hinge system that you can use to put the house together, and then all of a sudden you have like this miniature medieval modular house, and it looks really cool. So anyway, that's kind of what I like. Of course, if you want to use it as a play set, this is also nice because you have a little bedroom here and some other rooms that you can decorate. I don't think there's any more detail in this build, so you'll have to modify it a little bit to spice it up, which may be something I will do in the future, but not now. First, want to kind of get this over with. I missed you all during my journeys. I did record a number of vlogs in Scotland, which I will be posting starting tomorrow, so keep an eye on the YouTube main page. And the reason that I didn't post them while I was in Scotland was that the internet was very spotty, so I figured I might as well just record them and then air them later, so it becomes a bit of a series. All right, 2, 5, 6 of these, 14, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, and 14. There we go. Hey, thank you, Gus. Appreciate it. Hey, Sam. Hello there. Thanks, mate. I'm glad you appreciated the reaction. How was all that traveling? It was awesome. I did eat a lot in Italy. Yeah, I actually ate too much. I need to start running again. Hey, Pat. Good to see you. I don't think we've ever been together on YouTube here, but welcome. Where did you get this set? In China. This is not a real Lego set. This is something of a toy. I don't know. It's kind of like a bricks toy maker, but I just like the looks of it. So the quality is pretty subpar, though. It's not real Lego, but it's good enough for me, especially if I just want to create a little, Lord of the Rings like set. I guess a lot of people that don't know me, haven't seen any of the other Star Wars reaction, or don't know about my lifelong fascination with Star Wars, they must have thought it was over the top, and maybe for that reason didn't believe it was real. I don't know. If you know me a little bit longer, you know that I couldn't possibly fake a reaction like that. It's not necessary to fake it, because it's just so cool. Why would I fake that? Anywho, like 95% of the reactions on YouTube were very, very nice, very kind. And then there are, of course, the bashers and the naysayers and the haters. But for your entertainment, I filter those out before they reach the interwebs, because I want this YouTube channel to be a safe place, as you know. I want it to feel like a family-friendly, just hang out and have fun and leave the complaining and the ranting to people that are much better at that than I am. All right, second layer here. So the trip was great. Actually, this trip to Scotland and England came about at the very last moment. I was scheduled to go on a documentary about a group of handicapped people in wheelchairs that were going to go to Santiago with a group of volunteers that would push them to Santiago, which was a great initiative. And I wanted to film that, but unfortunately, at the very last moment, that didn't go through. There were some issues with the organization that had asked me to film that. And so all of a sudden, I had an empty calendar for 2 weeks. That's when I remembered that I had been talking with my cameraman about Scotland for many years, and especially about one of his, very, very passionate interests, which was the life of the early monks that lived in Ireland, Scotland, and England. So we're talking 7th century. That ultimately also would travel to mainland Europe to evangelize. And so that fascinated me too. And I thought, well, now is the time to go there. I have 2 weeks, and we could go film a documentary about those ancient monks. Go to Iona, go to Holy Island. There's lots and lots of fascinating sites in Scotland and in England, and try to make a documentary that I could never make before because I just didn't have the time, I didn't have the money. So what we did is, instead of filming like separate TV episodes, we just took the budget for 3 television episodes, and the time that I would normally spend for about between 3 and 4 television episodes, and spend that entirely on this Scotland project. And that enabled us to make something that is much more like the stuff that I would like to make in the future, which is really go in depth and interview people and do quality storytelling. And I'm very eager to show you the end result, which is actually going to happen because we filmed everything bilingual. I recorded all my bits in Dutch as well as in English, so we could do a separate edit of the entire journey in English. That too was great to be able to finally do, because a lot of the stuff that I do on television is unfortunately in Dutch, and you guys can never watch it unless you're Dutch yourself. And at the same time, it's a shame because I've got a pretty sizable audience internationally, so it is a shame to never be able to show the main work that I do. I mean, you're watching these live streams, so that's only a fraction of the stuff that I make for television. And this is just a simple webcam. That's really, really simple compared to the kind of stories that I can tell on television. So anyway, it was in that respect, it was a very, very interesting journey. Not to mention that immediately afterwards, I went to the Vatican to film a documentary about, well, actually I filmed 3 documentaries. One about the Synod, the Amazon Synod, because it's just such a big deal and so much is happening there. The second one is an interview with, what did I do? I almost forgot. Oh yeah, it's a Dutch journalist who lives there and has a really good knowledge of Italian politics and the situation in Italy. So that was really interesting to follow her for a day. And then I did another episode about, actually my Dutch co-host for the Dutch Catholic channel that I started this year. And she'd been to Rome 10 years before. So 10 years before. And now she went again and kind of followed her and talked about her own conversion. And that was a very, very good, interesting story to tell. And it's always fun to kind of look at Rome through the eyes of someone who is who's kind of new to the entire situation. I think I've made a mistake. I need 14 of these, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm wondering where those last two need to be, because I can't really see that. Should they be right here? Maybe this is it. Maybe they should just be here. It's kind of strange, though. It's hard to figure out if this is what it... I think this is it, but I'm not sure. We'll just put it here. It's kind of weird. I don't understand why they don't use a 4x1 here. Unless it's supposed to go elsewhere. Oh, wait a minute. That is the... Oh, I see what I did. All right, I got to take these out. This one comes off. There you go. This, oops. Whoa. Not good. So all in all, it was a very, very good journey, but so exhausting. I mean, I've literally worked 14-hour days, sometimes 16-hour days, especially in Scotland. So we had to travel huge distances and do lots and lots of filming every day. And I wasn't fully recovered yet of the infection that I had right before I went on this trip. So it was a bit of a gamble to see if I could... well, if my health would allow me to finish the, or to do the work without, getting worse. But ultimately, I think it paid off. I'm still kind of tired today, as you can imagine. But I'm not sick anymore. I don't feel sick. Just a little bit out of shape because of all the fever and stuff. So I celebrated 3 masses today, or actually this weekend, which was also pretty exhausting, really. And then this afternoon I was like, okay, I just need to crash. I need to do simple things like building Lego, just hang out with you guys. Because believe it or not, that is actually quite relaxing. At least to me. I'm not sure if it is for you, but... I really miss when you're traveling like that and you're working these long days and I was constantly with people, which is not at all my thing because I'm kind of an introvert, so I need me time, which I didn't have. So the first week and a half I was with my cameraman, and that was just every single day. And then the last 5 days, I arrived in Rome Tuesday afternoon, I think. Immediately filmed the Star Wars reaction. You should have seen me. I had my co-host was with me, so Marjolein, who works for Tridio in the Netherlands, and she had volunteered to come with me to Rome. She said, "I'll just pay my own ticket and I'll just help you out. I just like to see how you film and just be a general assistant," which of course is great. And so when we went to St. Peter's Square to film, I knew that the trailer came out actually while I was on the boat, which was so frustrating. Because on the boat between Newcastle and the Netherlands, there is no internet. You can get Wi-Fi access, but it was very expensive. So I didn't do that. And then I made a mistake on the way to England. I thought I had 4G internet. Turns out I was on a satellite connection. God, that is so expensive. So I knew that I couldn't get on the web during that trip to the Netherlands on the boat. And then I had to fly to, I had to go to Schiphol Airport, Amsterdam Airport, fly to Rome, get to the hotel. So I knew that the first time that I could actually have an hour to record a trailer reaction would be in Rome after I arrived. And I was like, well, this hotel looks very crappy. It was a very cheap hotel, very far out of town. because I'm working with very small budgets. And I was like, how am I going to do this? Because I have 4G, and it's European, so I could watch the trailer on my mobile phone, but then I was like, well, how am I going to film it? Of course, I could film it with my television camera, but then I can't upload it because that's a huge file. That would be gigabytes. So I can't upload that to the web, let alone edit it, because I wanted it to look good, like my other reaction videos where you would see me reacting and at the same time in a little window see the actual trailer. It's like, how am I going to do this? I didn't have a computer with me. I only had my phone. And then I finally figured it out. It's like, what if I go to St. Peter's Square? How cool would that be? I mean, I'm in Rome anyway. And it was gorgeous weather. It was like the sun was setting. It's like, if I make it in time, I can just get the last bit of sunlight on St. Peter's Square because the sun sets behind the basilica. I can watch the video, the trailer on Marjoleina's phone. She has an iPhone, like an iPhone 7. Very small screen, but nevertheless, I could probably watch it on that. And then I can record myself with my Asus Zenfone 6, which has a wide-angle camera on it. That's the reason that I bought it. And that wide-angle actually is pretty good in quality-wise. And so I was like, if I record it on my own Zenfone, then I can use an editing program, an Android editing program, and that's quite a miracle in itself that I was able to find a good editing program that allowed me to do this. And I can download the trailer from YouTube, add it in, and then export it. And that worked very well. So what I did was I positioned myself on St. Peter's Square, tried to find a good angle, at the trailer on the iPhone, and I was just hoping that there wouldn't be any interruption or anything. Because as soon as you get out of sync with the real trailer, the whole project would have failed. So it was a big gamble that the internet connection would be good enough to watch the full trailer, in real time, so that I could later on illustrate, kind of sync my reactions to the trailer itself, and then. Of course, it's a phone, so I couldn't really position it. I couldn't put it on a tripod or anything. So I asked Marjoleina, I could put it in her hands. Kind of looked on the screen. Is this kind of more? Is there space also for the original trailer to paste it in? And then I put it in her hands. I was like, now you have to stand still without moving an inch, because that will completely. She couldn't see what she was filming. She was holding the phone. I clicked record, started playing the thing. Also bumped into the problem that I wanted to use my headphones, these ones. But then the iPhone 7 doesn't have earbud. It only has the lighting connector. So I had to use her earphones. I'm like, Apple, not now. So anyway, everything went well. Recorded my reaction. I only had one chance. You can't do a first reaction twice. So I knew it had to be good. But anyway, I just went for it, recorded it, and then very quickly was able to put the whole thing together, uploaded it from St. Peter's Square via 4G. And literally 5 minutes later, it was online. And people started to watch it and react to it. It's like, this is incredible. I can now do stuff that normally would take me like half a day at home and a PC and Adobe Premiere. I can just do that on a phone on St. Peter's Square. I mean, how awesome is that? So it was a day long remembered. And of course I was a day late. Almost everyone had already recorded a reaction video. So it's like, wow. The only thing I can add something to the mix is by being myself and by recording this on St. Peter's Square, because I'm pretty sure that there are no other Star Wars fans who are going to do that. And so that's what I did. And the rest is history, as they say. All right. So that's the advantage of being here in the chat room. You get to hear the behind-the-scenes adventures of what it takes. And then, of course, that was only, It's a tiny little bit of the work that I wanted to do. I had to record 3 television episodes in 3 days, plus Vatican news updates and do lots of interviews. Gosh, it was so busy. But I pulled it off and I'm still alive. So I'm very grateful that it all worked out. And now I know that I can use this phone to do almost television-like editing, and it doesn't really matter anymore where I am in the world. I can upload my stuff and produce it. And so that alone was worth the experiment. All right, I need to add a gray one here, and then this one and this one. Another brown support. Another one here. It still feels very wonky, but I am sure that that is going to change once I put the actual roof on top of this. Okay. Right. Something like this. I've got 2 of these left. How is that possible? Oh, it's only 1. Okay. Just miscounted. All right. How is it going in the chat? What were my overall thoughts on the episode 9 trailer? I thought it was fascinating. I'm really getting excited about it. There was so much in it. So much that I didn't expect. So it's going to be, I think, a very dense story. It's also going to be the longest Star Wars movie ever made. So I think we're going to have so much to enjoy. What are my plans for Halloween? I have no plans for Halloween because that's not really celebrated over here. Maybe I'll do like a little Halloween build or something like that. I haven't really given it a thought. Josh asks, if I were to visit Rome, what are some cool places I should go if I were only there a few days? Oh, in a few days you can do so much. Just go to all the regular places. Go for a walk, most of all. Just enjoy the city as it is. Go grab a pizza, go to St. Peter's Square, visit the Colosseum, get a ticket for both the Colosseum and the Forum Romanum, get a good guide, and you can walk almost everything in Rome. I walked more than I took the bus, so in that respect, it's a very cheap city. Yeah, gosh, there's plenty to do, and you can actually see almost all the highlights. If you have 3-4 days, of course you have to do a lot, but if you only have 1 day, I recommend take one of those buses that you can hop on, hop off. That will take you to all the monuments. That is the quickest way to get there. But if you're there for more than 1 day, then just take your time, enjoy the city. One part of Rome you should never skip is Trastevere, because of the food, because it's kind of like the Parisian quarters. It feels like Paris almost. It's a great place to hang out. I went there every evening because it's so unlike any other city in Europe. And it's much better than Paris. Much, much better, in my opinion. But then again, je ne suis pas français. What are your thoughts on the Wheel of Time TV series? I haven't, it's still in production, but I'm super excited about it. And lead role being portrayed by a Dutch guy. I didn't even know that it was portrayed by a Dutch guy. That makes it even cooler. That's the first time I hear about that. Hey, Hick Fox. I am great. Jamie says, the music is what did it for me. I think that it may be the one time that John Williams put the Jedi theme in the key of E. That key is very powerful. It makes one both smile and weep. He chose wisely. Well, actually, that was not composed by John Williams at all. I'm sorry to disappoint you. That was done by another composer that they just hired for the trailer. And they always do that. They did that with the previous trailers as well. So it's a riff on the themes of John Williams by a less expensive composer, and I agree he did a fantastic job. And I wish that that would be advertised a little bit more, and that, because, you know, the composer is on Twitter, so you can go look him up. I think I actually followed him on Twitter. I forgot his name, but he's great. And he actually really appreciated, of course, the occasion to be able to play with John Williams' themes for maximum effect. That's why they hire specific composers for this, because everything counts in a trailer like that. And sometimes, that may be heresy to say that, I actually prefer some of those newer composers to John Williams. I don't know why. It's probably because they put so much over-the-top emotion in that music, and that's kind of what I want to feel, whereas the soundtracks for The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens were more musical. I mean, they're compositions. They're very well done, but they don't have that same melodic power that I remember from the original trilogy, and even from some parts of the prequels. And it's obviously because John Williams as a composer is evolving, and so he's, I don't know, he's just in a different phase of his life as a composer. But I do prefer his older soundtracks. My brother doesn't agree. My brother, who really knows his music, he says that what John Williams did especially for The Force Awakens, was genius. I don't know, I just miss kind of those hummable melodies. The only real melody that I remember from The Force Awakens is Rey's theme, and even that theme was a little bit, I don't know. But, of course, I'm not going to complain too much. It's John Williams. It's going to be the last soundtrack that he's ever going to do for Star Wars. So I receive it with great gratitude. But I'm glad for the trailer they found a composer that did his themes justice. Happy Sunday to you too, Peterson. Team Trees raised 4.5 million funds for trees. That's great. Hey, Batman fan. Hello there, Oliver. General Oliver. Hello. It's going good. It's going well. Hey, Count Olaf. Hello, lol1 Ita. Oh, so many comments. Oh my goodness. I'm talking too much. I should listen more. Am I excited for Star Wars 9? Yes, I'm super excited. Yeah, the St. Peter's Square as a background was maybe a little bit, I don't know, irreverent, but hey, I just like to show you guys beautiful things, be it Star Wars or St. Peter's Square, and if I can combine the two, why not? I was curious about the reactions to your reaction from the people there. Yeah, I haven't seen the people behind me, I just did what I wanted. I wasn't actually on St. Peter's Square. I was standing right in front of St. Peter's Square, because you can't film on St. Peter's Square. So I was standing actually in Italy, and like literally 5 inches behind me, that's where the Vatican started. So they couldn't do anything against it. I was just like, this is totally legal. I'm in Italy. I can do whatever I want. If you don't want me to use St. Peter's Square as a background, then you should just, I don't know, hang a curtain or something like that. I love gaming too. How was it in the Vatican? It was cool. I mean, there's a synod going on. There's some big things happening there. Very important discussions about the future of the Amazon and also maybe the future of our planet. I mean, things that happen there, since we're all connected, also matters to the rest of the world. It was great meeting all these people from all over the world. Interviewed the Bishop of Suriname. Fascinating guy, really. So it makes such a difference to hear first, like, eyewitness accounts of what's happening in the Amazon rather than reading about it. It really changes your perspective. So that was great. Have a great week too, Princess Star. Hey, Jovem Gamer. Hey, Brian. Yes, from Chicago. I remember you. That was awesome. The people you meet in Rome, it always surprises me. Thank you, BKRN from Poland. Dobry wieczór. And Dr. Disco from Germany, but he's been there before. How have people who dislike this? There are always people who dislike it, but it's a very, very small percentage of the people that watched it. There are just some people that like to just dislike because they just want to make a mark. I don't know. It's like dogs that want to pee against the tree. Why do they do that? That's just the way that's just what they do. I mean, I'm not gonna be bothered by that. If that makes them happy, then by all means. But again, the majority of the people are very, very kind in the comments, and there's also the occasional, people that have been hurt in the past by the church, and can immediately, when they see a priest, they think of all the abuse, and so I get lots of insults. And that's just also part of being in the public eye. And so I always filter the comments. I always approve them before they go online. Not because I don't like criticism, but it's because I know that there's so much toxicity on the web, and I kind of want to protect my little community from flame wars and that sort of stuff. So I read everything. If people are mad at me or, I don't know, mad at the church, I try to pray for them. It's not always easy because people can be extremely rude, extremely mean. But then I also know, it's not really about me. I can't judge what they've been going through or what makes them say these things. So I just try to be gentle and kind. And then move on. Let's see. Wait a minute. Do I need this? Maybe. And 2 smaller ones. Maybe this. No, it's not these. It's these. Definitely these, and then 2 of these. I really like these black roofs. I'd love to see you play some more Battlefront 2. Yes, I will do that. I've been sick for a couple of weeks and then traveling afterwards, so I didn't have much time. What's it that my building? It's kind of a medieval thing. I'll just show you the front. Some of you haven't seen the front yet, so this is what it looks like so far. And I'm trying to create a bit of a Lord of the Rings scene, when they go to Bree, the Fellowship, and they're attacked by... That's where they find Strider, and then they're attacked in the night by the Black Riders. It's kind of... This is the inn, or I like to pretend that this is the inn where that happened. I've missed you too, Centrix. Hey, Bugman is new, so welcome. I hope you enjoy it. I've got a weird channel. It's not very specific. It's about Star Wars, traveling. It's about Lego. It's a lot about Lego. But Lego is just a pretext to basically hang out and chat. So, it's nothing special, but it's the community, I think, that makes it special to me. And hopefully also nice to hang out for you. And if you get bored or it's like, it's just building Lego, well, don't feel obliged to. You won't hurt my feelings if you if you check out other stuff on YouTube. Know that there are very regular times that you can just hang out here and just chill. Leyland is in a Star Wars group on Facebook. Oh, someone in the Star Wars group on Facebook shared the reaction to The Rise of Skywalker. Oh, great. Awesome. Luke Skywalker is going to watch The Empire Strikes Back. Good choice, Luke. That is the best Star Wars movie, in my opinion. Bonsoir, Lucas Martinet. Et hello des Pays-Bas. Dark Jedi says, your Star Wars reaction was the reason for my follow. Well, I'm honored. Thank you so much. It's so awesome seeing a man of your age getting excited about this stuff. Yes.
Old I am, but still excited I get about Star Wars.
Hey, but when it comes to that's kind of the magic of Star Wars. It turns us into little kids again. That's why we're into Star Wars, right? It makes us feel young. Don't let anyone ever rob you of that joy. Lest ye be as the children, thou shalt not inherit the kingdom of God, or something like that. But I think for me, what I try to do is not get jaded. There's already so much, I don't know, so much criticism. So many people lost the ability to just enjoy something and just, appreciate it without having to be critical or cynical. So hopefully my reaction will kind of remind people that it's possible to just enjoy something without immediately hate it or be overly critical. Anyway, you know what I mean. Let's see, 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're almost done with the roof, I think. Some of these, or at least 2. And 2 of these. Ooh. Do I have another one? Yep. There we go. Let's see, what are you building? Something medieval? Have you ever considered playing Minecraft? Yes, I have played Minecraft. I am so bad at it that I don't dare to go online with it. Hello from Texas. Hello, Texas. Where are you in Texas? Can you do an album review, Jesus is King by Kanye West? Yeah, I read something about that. I have to say I'm not really very knowledgeable about that, so I'm not sure my reaction would be that interesting. Dark Jedi still say the last words. Same at the end of the trailer. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, the Force be with you always. Can you review the new album? Okay, the same question, yeah. I just came here. What is that set? Is it like a medieval? Looks like an inn to me. I'm not sure what it is, suppose, but it looks like something out of Middle Earth. That's why I'm building this. Very, very pretty. Okay, the instructions don't look like Lego. No, it's not. This is not Lego. This is some Chinese thing. I don't know. It's just a toy store. So. Yeah, I was amazed to see how well the video turned out, and it's just filmed with a phone. It looks better than what I film normally with my TV camera, and I think it's because the phone uses HDR filming, so it kind of auto corrects the the shadowy parts and the lighter parts. It just came out so nicely. And especially the colors, and it just went really well. And it's much better than if I had recorded it at home or here in the rectory or in the studio. But unfortunately, I'm not always in the Vatican, so otherwise I'd probably do all my vlogs from the Vatican. Building Lego on St. Peter's Square. Actually, I'm not sure that they would allow me to do that. Good grief, this doesn't really fit that well. That's one of the things you notice when you're building these, toy store sets. It's just, the quality is so subpar compared to Lego. But once it's in place, you kind of works visually. But it's almost as if the plastic is different. It's a little bit weaker or less rigid than Lego plastic. And so it's really hard sometimes to put things together to make it solid. Also, just not very nice looking from up close. I guess from a distance on a webcam it looks okay, but from up close you can totally tell that this is not Lego. But it's good enough for me. This is just for a little, it's just a fun set, just a little. Also building this because I want to practice my building skills a little bit, learn from the techniques they use. Okay, what else do we do? This needs to go right here. What I do like about this set are the colors. It's all brown, kind of feels like wood and old stones. You don't usually see these colors in a Lego set. What did you do in the Vatican? I just explained that before you went online. Yeah, it's kind of, this wants to be the Prancing Pony Inn. Look at how beautiful it already is. So I was filming 3 television episodes. I have a weekly television show in the Netherlands, and every month an episode is filmed in Rome. And so I was combining the 2 trips because I had 2 weeks in my schedule that were free. And that's how I was able to travel to Scotland, England, and then do Rome in 3 days with very little time, but I pulled it off. 6 episodes in less than 2 weeks. That for my kind of work, that's actually pretty good. Of course, it still needs to be edited, and there's still a lot of work before this can go on the air, but nevertheless, I was quite happy. You should play Halo. Oh, I love Halo. Yeah, I'm also bad at it, but I love it anyway. I'm watching you outside my church before I have to go in to sing for Mass. Just make sure you don't watch this during Mass, okay? I truly appreciate your reactions. They give me the same feelings too. Cool. Virginia goes more west than West Virginia. Hello, RTC Adrian. When in Rome, don't forget to get ice cream. Oh yes, oh yes. There's a good shop close to the Trevi Fountain. I always get my ice cream at a ice cream shop very close to the Vatican. It's actually the cheapest ice cream and very good quality. You get a lot. For $3 you get like a ton of ice cream, and it's great quality. It's all handmade. It's called the Old Bridge, and it's on the right side of the Vatican, opposite of the new bronze door. And that's my favorite place to go for ice cream, because it's cheap and it's good. So for someone who's Dutch, that's an important combination. All right. And it's close to the Vatican, so I don't need to go to downtown Rome for that. And since most of my filming usually takes place in and around the Vatican, that is for me the perfect pit stop during the day. And they're open until 11 at night or something like that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. Hello from Japan. Hey, Buncheno. Good to see you from Japan. That's awesome. I don't think we've had Japanese visitors before, but konnichiwa. I'm not sure if that's Japanese, but it's one of those countries that I absolutely want to go to. Hopefully, one of these years. Bye now, Luke Skywalker. Enjoy Empire Strikes Back. Oh, I'm so far behind on the reactions. I'm sorry. Hey, Angel from Peru. Buenas tardes. Why do you have laymen of Harry Potter if the Bible condemns all kinds of magic that God does not like? Oh gosh. I've explained that many times. Harry Potter is a fairy tale. It's not real magic. It's make-believe, just like any fairy tale. And in fact, as a fairy tale, it is a story with a lot of Christian themes in it. And so Harry Potter is ultimately about friendship and love. It's actually even said in the stories, the greatest form of magic isn't magic at all. It's love and self-sacrifice. So these stories have a very obvious Christian inspiration. And it's usually the criticism comes from, let's say, evangelical circles, very conservative Christian circles, sometimes also Catholics. But I think they're wrong. Actually, I know they're wrong because J.K. Rowling herself has said that Harry Potter is not about magic. It's a very Christian story in its core. So don't let people tell you anything else. And that I've studied Harry Potter for many years, and it is perfectly safe. Actually, it's very good for your soul to read Harry Potter. Here, that's what I tell you as a priest. And I'm ready to defend it any place, anytime. So bring it on. Just like Star Wars. Star Wars is good for your soul too. It's a beautiful allegory of the world in which we live. And I mean, it doesn't replace the Bible. It's not, incompatible. It's just the stories that we tell each other to transmit values. That's the way that the church has always done it. Oh, and I completely messed this up. This is supposed to be on the other side of the building. All right, that's what you get when you try to explain why Harry Potter is good for your soul while not looking at the instructions. Let's do that again. And then, of course, there are always Christians and pastors and sometimes priests that have a very hostile attitude towards culture. It's the attitude like everything in the world is wrong except for Christianity. For a Catholic, that is unacceptable, because Catholics always look at the traces of truth and beauty, the traces of God that are everywhere in creation, that are in every culture, in every human being, because we all carry the imprint of God in our souls and in our beings. So, of course, the truth and love can all be found in the church, but God is not limited to the church, or to Christianity for that matter. And so the Catholic Church always has a very inclusive approach, at least good theology has. There are also some Catholics that haven't really studied theology that well, so they become very almost evangelical Protestant in their attitude. But Catholics are always looking for the compatible traces. So look at everything and hang on to what is good. That is biblical advice that I always have. So examine everything and retain what is good. Greetings, Germany, Endless Motion. You found my channel yesterday at random. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy being here. Und natürlich guten Abend auf Deutsch. Weil die Deutschland, das sind unsere Nachbarn. So the Germans are our neighbors. And our languages do resemble each other, even though German is a lot harder to master than Dutch. But I'm saying that as a Dutchman, of course. So I have tremendous respect for people who can speak German because the grammar is a pain. Unless it's your mother tongue, and then you don't need to worry about grammar. Also. Uh-oh. Oh, great. This needs to come off again. You think this is an easy set, but it's not. It's actually... Oh, oops. It's harder than it looks. Especially these roof tiles. You always have to count to make sure you don't make any mistakes there. Hello, Reese Khan, who says, I'm a Muslim, but I found this channel and you are amazing. Well, thank you so much. You're amazing too. Welcome. Welcome to the community. Am I the only 10-year-old here? That may be the case, CB channel. That is so cool. And Shaky channel all the way from Scotland, from which I just returned. And Scotland in the fall is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. I'm not exaggerating. We were super lucky with the weather though, but oh my goodness. Scotland was awesome. I went to the island of Mull and Iona and Edinburgh and gosh, so many other places. Oban. And especially Mull was so gorgeous. Can't fake that in CGI. You need to see it with your own eyes. Hey, Gianfranco. Buenas tardes. Hey, Luis. Dark Jedi says, I personally didn't have that big of a problem with The Last Jedi. Neither did I. I have not watched Joker yet. Maybe next week. Hello, Boba Fett TV. Yeah, I'm always behind on the chat. So if I don't, if it seems like I'm not reacting, no need to repost your question. I'll get to it. It's kind of hard to build Lego and chat all the time, so I have to do it in small portions. You'll get used to it over time. Oh, that is interesting. Those of you that have been on this channel for a bit longer, they know how this works. I always get to most of the questions. I try to, at least. It's just
patience.
I think there must be a good Yoda quote about patience in there somewhere. Alrighty. Are you fake? No, I'm not. I hope not. Oh, the Church of Crookham is closing soon. Yeah, it's always very painful when they have to close a church. But nobody can rob you from the memories. So hold on to those. Unfortunately, we have to do that very often in the Netherlands. Closing churches. This set has the creepiest minifigures ever made. I'll show you later on. It's just straight out of a Halloween horror movie. Okay. Whoa, this is difficult to get it right. Maybe like this? Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. It's not entirely well aligned yet, but interesting. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. That's an old meme. Lego is so expensive, yes. Very, very expensive. Hello. What's going on, guys? We're just hanging out here, nothing special. Dark Jedi, 51, Star Wars nerd and a gamer. Hey, we can shake hands. Me too. Same thing. Same age, same hobbies. Did you see Star Wars fans on Twitter are really liking your reaction? Oh, that's good. I usually don't really watch every reaction to it, but I'm glad people enjoy it. I must know something. How do you remain wholesome 24/7, and how do you bring the wholesomeness out in me when I'm usually a foul-mouthed memer? Are you magic? Wingardium Leviosa. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. If I had the recipe for that, I'd be rich. I don't know. I'm just me, I guess. And you're just you, but I do think that we often kind of we mimic behavior that we like. So maybe that's it. You know, when we're with people that are laughing all the time, we get cheerful, and that works two ways. I mean, I'm always feeling very happy when I can share something that I love and that makes me excited. So it's very easy to. There's no effort in it to share that. But then you should see me without coffee, you know, in the morning when I'm super tired and I know that I have a full day of work for me and a bunch of meetings. I'm not as cheerful. I'm not bouncing around like a bunny all the time, but my overall character usually is quite cheerful. And when I'm not, it's usually because I'm tired or frustrated, or in that respect, just like anyone else. I can be very grumpy at times. Have you ever played Assassin's Creed? Oh, yeah. I do love Assassin's Creed. Could stream that too. Looking forward to the new Star Wars game. Yeah, it looks cool. Ooh, Fellowship of the Ring Special Edition in Edinburgh. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it too. I've had it since the beginning. I bought it for the commentaries, which are fantastic. Have you ever met a pipe in your life? I don't even know what that is. A pope. I'd like a pipe. What? A pipe? Yeah. I have met Pope John Paul II and Pope Benedict. Shook hands with them, and I did get very close to Pope Francis because of my work. When I have a press pass, I'm usually very close to where he goes to the what is it? The thing on St. Peter's Square. I'm a little bit tired. Oh wow, I'm so behind on the chat. Goodness gracious. I'm just going to scroll a little bit faster through it. Roberto is from Chile. Good. Definitely go to the old bridge in Rome. Do you like nuggets? I like everything that's nice. Have you ever read the Chronicles of Narnia? Yeah. I liked the chair. What was it called? The silver chair. Met Ben Barnes, who played Prince Caspian. Awesome. Hey, Pedro. Which Star Wars movie is your favorite? I like The Empire Strikes Back. I don't know how to say that in Italian. What is empire? I know what emperor is. Impero. Pero. Empire? How do you say that in Italian? I don't even know. And strikes back. Lotta. That's too hard for me in Italian. Best regards from Poland. Yeah. I am a nerd. We're all nerds. Nerds come together. Best post-Lucas movie has been Rogue One. Rogue One was awesome. Yes. Hey Kylie, see you later. Ancora altri italiani? Molto bene. Putasius wants to know if I speak Dutch. Yes. Ik spreek Nederlands, want ik ben Nederlander. I am Dutch. Are you into Mario games? I'm into so many games. I'm almost ashamed to say I have a huge backlog of games. Sono italiano, molto bene. Benvenuti. Benvenuti. Can you speak German? Ja, das ist möglich, aber nicht sehr gut. Mein Deutsch ist ein bisschen ist nicht so fantastisch. Aber das könnten wir immer gut verstehen, aber sprechen ist etwas schwieriger. Hello from England. Hello, England. Hello there. Hello there. Buonasera. A lot of new people chiming in. That's awesome. I was in Edinburgh too. Yeah, I was only there on Sunday morning for Mass. So, gosh, I wish I could have stayed longer because it looks like a beautiful city. But next time, it's definitely one of those cities, once you visit, you're like, oh, I need to come back here and take more time. At least we were close to each other without really meeting. I could sense the disturbance in the force. All right, let's put this chimney here. And then we're going to finish this roof. We're almost done. Very pretty overall build, I have to say. I need to figure out how to turn this into the Prancing Pony. I may need some minifigures for that, but let's first finish the build and then we'll worry about that. Wow, that roof is not very solid. That's probably because it's kind of weird plastic. Check this out. Ain't that pretty? I like this. It's got this nice staircase on the side. Very, very nice. I'm super happy with this. And I may watch the Joker this week. Terminator, there's also the Maleficent movie. There's so much to see. Hey, Orson from Russia. Good. Hey, Graciela, welcome. There are a lot of new people because of the trailer, the Star Wars trailer. So, welcome. Hope you enjoy this place. Oh, I forgot two little decorations here. Apparently, I have to place two red studs here on the front. Not sure why. Just put this here. One and two. Okay. That's it. The building is done. Now I'm going to some random stuff that I need to add to the entire thing. So I'll just show you this up close and personal. So it's got a really nice wooden door. Of course, I need to put some lights in there or something like that. This is the side, and then of course it's the back of the house is open. So you can see this bedroom on the left, and then there is a fireplace right there. That's about all there is. There's nothing in the on the ground level. So I may add some stuff later on. And then of course you've got this, and that's really cool. And once you close it, you can just use this as a regular building in a small Lego town. You see how that staircase now all of a sudden makes sense? And this would be the front of the inn. And even the side is very, very okay. Sometimes the sides of these buildings are not very nice, but this one looks fine, I think. I hope I didn't make a mistake with this gray one seems to be a bit out of place. I don't know. Maybe not. Anywho, so let me open it again. And this is probably how I'm going to display it later on. I'll just put it like this. And now we're going to build a tree. Dunder Mifflin. Hello, Space Marine. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. What's your favorite Star Wars character? Luke Skywalker. Can you react to more trailers? Actually, quite a few reaction videos on my channel. I need to re-upload the one that I did about The Force Awakens because YouTube removed my entire YouTube channel a couple of years ago. Stupid mistake on their end that I couldn't appeal. But fortunately, I still have all the videos. I just need to find some time to re-upload them. 4 of these. This looks like a nice tree, actually. I like Lego trees. Quote from the trailer of The Rise of Skywalker, Palpatine, "Long have I waited, and now your coming together is your undoing." Who knows? How much Latin does a Catholic priest need to know? Just enough to bluff your way through Mass. Remember, you played Euro Truck Simulator. You should play... What is it? OMSI 2? What is that, OMSI? OMSI 2? Simulator? I have never heard of that. What do you think of science? Do you think it's been made by God? Science is just what we use to examine the world that God created, but doesn't mean that science and religion are opposed. Quite on the contrary. At least in the Catholic view, science and faith are both looking for truth, just on different levels. So Catholics are very, very pro-science. I certainly am. Because I'm a nerd. And I'm a Catholic. So, as a child, I was always very much into astronomy and archaeology, all the other cool stuff. I will not spoil things. Are you going to the Star Wars Echo Base Charity Con? Yes! I will actually speak there. I'm in a panel. They invited me to be on a panel with a couple of other Star Wars fans. Finn's force sensitive? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, I think I'm finally getting to the bottom of the comments. You're doing good, although I think they're coming together like Palpatine, Rey, and Kylo. Yeah. All right, Dark Jedi, it was fun to see you. Want to play some Fallout 4? Oh yeah, I have that game. I just bought it. I need to start playing that. Maybe I'll stream that. That'd be fun. Not tonight though. There's only so much streaming that one can do, and I really need to get some time off as well. So once I finish this tree, that's it. That's it for today. All right, that's the base of the tree. That took much longer than I thought it would. 4. And another square right here. All right, maybe this will be faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. And then we're gonna put that together with another one of these. That looks good. Now we're going to do the leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do these attach? Whoa. Here? Good-looking trees are hard to find in the Lego universe. We'll see how this one turns out. Okay, so far so good. I like this. 55. Oh, even more. 1, 2, 3, 4. But space them out with brown studs. 1, 2, 3, 4. But how? I think how does that work? Oh, I think I need to put these here. I already like the look of this tree. I'm just going to elevate this a little bit. Of course, trees are in a way they're fractals, which of course would be definitely something you can do in Lego. 1, 2. These are very symmetrical. And then like this. Wait, yeah, like this. Hold on. Okay. All right, this is what we got so far. I like it. Looks good. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus this one. How does that work? Oh boy. Ah, I see. So, continue to build on top of that. 1, 2, 3, and 4 plus this one. All right, that's going to be the second layer of leaves, I guess. Wow. What is that? This one. And a pole. That goes right there in the middle. 4 more of these. Okay, it's not as hard as I thought it would be, but still need to be precise. Where does this go? I hope here. I'm not sure. Maybe. Okay. Love this technique. And then what? One more. Just one? No, 2 actually. 2. one like this. And the other one like this. Maybe, or not. Is it the other way around? Yeah, it's the other way around. Like this. Whoa! Check that out. That is one gorgeous tree, I have to say. And it's actually quite simple, but very effective. Looks super good. All right, so here is the Prancing Pony. So far, so good. This is a tree. There are a few more things that I need to build, like there is a stand, like a wine cellar, I think, and some horses. That's something we're gonna do next time, because I need to go and fetch myself some dinner. Alrighty. Oh, a bus simulator, where you have to take civilians from all different places in a route. Most common is Berlin. I'm gonna look that up. That sounds cool. Omseed 2. How do you think the Emperor will return? It's, my guess is as good as yours. He's the Emperor, so maybe he found a way to defeat death. That's what he seems to tell Anakin in the prequels, you know, with the famous opera scene. When you finish the tree, 4.1 million trees plus one donated so far. It's not really a Harry Potter set or a Lotro set. It's just like a medieval thing, but I think this matches the Lord of the Rings stuff. I love Star Wars, a match made in heaven. Who knows? Yes. Boom, there's your clip. I also went back to some of your other videos. I loved your reviews of Thor Ragnarok and Endgame. I did like Detective Pikachu though. Yeah, my movie reviews are usually first impressions. Nothing too special. And sometimes when I rewatch a movie, I actually like it much more than the first time. My trip was great, Arnold. I'll refer you to the beginning of this video. You can just scroll back and then you'll hear all about it. Did you like the Lego movie? Yes, love it, love it, love it. I look tired. I am tired. I am tired. Just came back from 2 weeks of filming. Lots of work. Hello, Historic France. Bonsoir et bienvenue. Bonjour. Comment ça va? Ça va très bien. Et je vous souhaite une très agréable soirée. Yeah, I'd like to be back. Please give me your blessing, Father. I'll bless you all. Sure, I always pray for my YouTube community. I don't believe in God, but Catholic religion didn't prohibit passion. Sorry if it's strange. Non, c'est pas une étrange question. L'Église catholique, en tout cas, est très ouverte vis-à-vis de la culture, donc c'est pour ça que je me réjouis toujours dans des histoires, des contes, je sais pas, science-fiction, guerre des étoiles, tout ça. Parce qu'il y a de la vérité un peu partout, quoi. Il s'agit de trouver les traces de ce qui est bon, ce qui est compatible. Voilà. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about it in French, because otherwise you guys can't understand. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me after 2 weeks. Actually, not 2 weeks. I've been sick 2 weeks before I went on a trip. So it's been like a month without Lego. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we will talk soon. And if you aren't already, subscribe, like, and share. Thanks. Talk to you guys later.